So thank you for having me up here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I wanted to start off by saying, who am I? Who are we? Where do we come from? Are we in chiropractic, or is chiropractic in us? So I'm a New Yorker living in New Jersey. I'm always going to be that New Yorker. And I'm a young chiropractor. I'm a principled chiropractor. And I'm a loving husband and father, etc. And I'm here because we're alike. We come from the same place. We come from love. I was introduced to chiropractic from a New York City chiropractor, an NYCC student who, like a lot of others, got on the bus and went down to the Forbidden Land. And they came back with some sphizerinctum and some real energy, some real power, some real connection. They came back with love and compassion. That was one of the biggest things we learned down there, is that we're not all the same. If you don't adjust on the left, you're just on the right. If you don't adjust up, you're just down. But you got to have love, and you have to have compassion for that next one. So he learned the loving and serving and giving principle that he instilled or passed on to me. And the biggest thing he said was, be quiet, which is hard for me. Don't ask so many questions, and accept the principle in full faith. So, and without any expectation of return. So, the word here is, in New Beginnings, the motto is, welcome home. So I'm home because my home is where my roots are, where my people are, where I am, me. Where I can be me, I can be natural, innate flows, and the love flows. So one of the first chiropractors I met, I'm going to say the first chiropractor in this room that I met was Jay. He was up on a ladder on 71st off Central Park West, probably painting or doing something with Bob DeBonis and Jan Teitelbaum. That was my first meeting with a real chiropractor's office, as we know them. And so my first DE was January of 1983, the first DE that was held down in Florida at the Fontainebleau. Everybody was wearing their bikini underwears and playing volleyball and everything. And on the schedule, I was told, you just need to go to this, this, and this. You know who, you know where, and you know what the message was. If you don't know, I'll talk to you later about it. And then I only went to like-minded places. I only went to the principled kind of connections. I really didn't do many seminars. I was always busy when New Beginnings was going on because I was somewhere else, down south. So it's a good thing that I'm here in New Jersey. I'm only, a stone's throw away. And like I said, it's just the second home. It's just another familiar place with all my familiar people and the correct energy. So when we get back to basics, which is always about basics, one of the first things that I did was I got connected with a lot of you people. So in 2 weeks, I'll be married for 30 years. And probably right now, 30 years ago at this time, 2 weeks before we got married, I was new in practice. I didn't feel I could get out, so I sent my future wife to Inner Winners. She went to the second Inner Winners ever. What a powerful thing. I could name a lot of people and all that were there and the things that happened, but then I'd be giving it away. You wouldn't know about it. So you have to go and do it yourself. You have to experience yourself, go on your own vision quest, get in your own TP that's 200 plus degrees and sweat your brains out and hallucinate and do all that stuff. One of the first things that I learned there was you don't have to go around with the rope around your waist carrying a huge bag of rocks. Does anyone know about that? No. So we all carry around our big bag of rocks and what they represent. So my friend Betsy Vingle, she took off the rope and dropped it. Everybody was, what? You can't do that. So I was joking with Chuck yesterday, River, and Sunshine, and they said, boy, that was such a funny thing. Some people wanted to keep that bag on, and they're like, if you don't take it off, I'm going to take it off. So you got to come from where you're comfortable. You got to come from peace, because we're a beacon of peace. We're this beacon of light out there emanating love. So you can decide to do that anytime you want, but one of the biggest things that we need to have is gratitude. Have this attitude of gratitude. One of my good friends, Awais Butt, always talks about having this attitude of gratitude. So last week in the local Jewish magazine, this woman wrote a whole article about gratitude, and that she made a decision to acknowledge gratitude on a daily basis. So she wrote a blog and she wrote things down, just like when we used to have the thank you grams, and almost like sitting with a struggle. Okay, who am I going to thank today? So I'm cleaning out my basement. I found my notes. Somebody else talked about all those notes that you save. I have all my notes from all my seminars. And they say one thing: give, love, and serve out of your own abundance, and come from a centered place. So I'm glad to be here. And the other thing is that you have to exercise that attitude of gratitude, and you have to exercise from within. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take a deep breath. And I recommend you all take a deep breath. In and out. Take a deep breath and a big sigh. And fight with that thing that's battling your innate. Take a deep breath and sigh. And say peace. Peace. Come on. Peace. We need one more. Peace. But the peace is nothing without love. Love. If anybody else feels love, please join in. Love. One more time. Love. I love you and appreciate you. Thank you.